Hey guys, it's Damon Asbury here again with Tricks of the Trade. Something we do here at Asbury Remodeling and Construction to help you, the homeowner, do small projects around your house. Today we're going to be replacing some siding. Just a few pieces of siding that needs to be replaced due to some rot in the siding. Here's the area we're going to be working at. Now, in order to get to these pieces of siding here, we need to replace this, remove this railing here. It's attached by nails into the wall through the siding. So we need to cut the nails on this railing here to remove it, to be able to get to these pieces of siding. We also need to take our knife and cut the caulk joint between the siding and the brick mold here at the door and here at the window. We want full pieces of siding. What they've already done here is they've made a joint, and that's not, when you can avoid joints, that's what you want to do. So there's a joint over here, and we want to do away with that. Go full piece from this brick mold to this brick mold. So we want to get these pieces off cleanly, and we're going to stop right here. This piece is going to stay, and I'm going to show you how to be able to get this, release this piece cleanly, put our siding back, and put this piece back, and make it look like it's always been there. So let's get started. Okay, what we've done here is we've cut the nails with the reciprocating sawzall that attaches this railing to the house here. And as you can see, it's loose. And we really don't care about damaging the siding because all this is going to be replaced anyway. So this is loose, and also what we're doing here now is we're taking our utility knife and cutting the caulk joint between the siding and the brick mold all the way up to the piece that we're going to leave, all the way to the top of the piece we're going to leave, because that needs to move as well to be able to get the pieces behind it. So you want to cut the piece that's going to stay on the siding right here. So now we're going to remove the pieces that we're going to replace and just move the one that's going to stay, allowing the piece below it to drop out. Okay, we're ready to take the piece of siding that's going to stay and release that, but leaving it attached to the house. And I want to walk you through doing that right now. I have a couple tools here that I like to use, and this one is it's a little pry bar that's open in on the end. And the way they used to put this siding on 10, 15, 20 years ago is they would actually nail the face of the siding. We don't do it like that anymore because too much wood rot gets into the siding that way. We attach it what they call blind nailing. It gets nailed at the top of the piece of siding, and the piece above it covers those nails. But they didn't do it that way 20 years ago. So here's the nails right here that creates a lot of the problems. But for this job, we're leaving this piece of siding. So I'm going to release this piece very carefully, going from underneath here, having already cut the brick mold in the siding, and just pry it out very, very carefully. As soon as it moves enough, the siding will go back, exposing the nail like that. You just come in here with your hammer and pull the nail out. Now what that does is it allows the siding to move allowing us to be able to get the piece below it out. So I've got 4 more nails to get out of this piece that's staying. Okay, we've gotten all the nails out of this piece of siding cleanly to where it can go back, and as you can see, it's still in place up here, but it moves, allowing us to get the siding from this point down easily. So this piece stays in place, and I'm getting ready to remove these pieces. Again, this railing is loose in order for us to work getting these pieces of siding out. So I'm gonna, and I really don't care about how clean I am. If I break it like that, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna get replaced anyway. So we're taking these pieces off. Break it like that, it doesn't matter. It's getting replaced anyway. As you can see, it breaks to the railing here. When I get on the other side, I'll pull the railing to me, so we can get to these pieces easily also. Okay, we've gotten all the siding off from the piece that's staying down. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to show you to look for when you do replace these siding pieces around your house to see if there's further damage that's going on with your house. This material is called OSB. It comes in 4x8 sheets, and they wrap the house with it. Now, in today's time, 2011, we now wrap the entire house with a vapor barrier, something similar to this. Back when this house was made, they didn't do that, which is why there's no plastic. Now, if you're replacing a large section of your house, then I highly recommend that you go ahead and wrap that area. If you're replacing one piece, two pieces, three pieces, it almost doesn't pay you to put the plastic on because just that area has plastic while the rest of the house doesn't. So it's kind of a judgment call. If you're doing a large area, wrap it. If it's doing a few pieces, I wouldn't worry about it. Now, there's a couple other things down here. This is a classic symptom that never really gets fixed. What happened on this bottom piece is it began to get a little bit of rot, and the homeowner filled it with some patch. Here it is right here. This is the patch that they used for the part that was rotting on the masonite siding. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and inevitably the whole piece goes, which is why we're here. So this is the area that they started to patch. You need to get all this stuff up. You need to get this stuff up because what we're putting back is concrete-based siding material, hardy plank siding. It's concrete, layers of concrete, so we won't have to worry about the same problem with this product as we do with the masonite up here. Now we're almost ready to put our siding back, but there's two things that you need to do. Number one, clean up all this area, sweep out, get it all nice and clean. And where we cut the siding, where it butted up against the brick mold, I like to clean that area to get all that old caulk off, so when we put our new caulk on, it's nice and clean. Now here's the area that we've already, bring it in here, Primo. Here's the area that we've already cleaned. I like to use a chisel. You can use a knife, a screwdriver, anything with a straight edge to clean that area. Here's the area that hasn't been cleaned yet. Here's the old caulk, as you can see. And when you put your siding up against it, it doesn't butt nicely to the brick mold. So I like to get this stuff off before we put our siding. So I'm going to clean this area up, and then go ahead and put our siding back.